All right, guys, I've got a video for you. This one is kind of wild. I'm over on Twitter, and the discussion today is Diana Russini, former ESPN correspondent. I believe she left the company in 2023. She now works for The Athletic, and we have some old clips of hers that are starting to go viral, clips and tweets that she's made 3 or 4 years ago. So I want to emphasize that. These are old clips, but it's going to lead us to somewhere else that gets kind of crazy. This is of Diana when she's on the show Get Up back in 2021.
Diana, we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Russini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, "Good luck today. Be great on Get Up." So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
So we got a few more of these clips with Diana. Seems like she's another one of these women who overshare and likes to slight her husband in public. Here's another wild clip.
I remember thinking, because I think when men propose, that's their wedding day. That's when you guys are all in. It's not really all in for us yet. I think for women, the actual wedding day is the moment. So, Kev was all down for it. I was the one that was very skeptical. I was like, oh, I don't know. And at the time I was working at ESPN, and I remember I was still working. And so the night before my wedding, I'm making calls, and I had a phone interview set up with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I remember Jimmy was great. He made a funny joke hey, it's night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this? And I'm thinking of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to, or my mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's calling me. This is a sign. I of course did not marry Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think Kevin, I remember thinking.
And of course, these clips aren't great. But doing this content for a while, you start to get used to it. Hell, we just had the video of D.L. Hewley's daughter going viral, talking about how he married a nurse after letting Pookie in the dirty socks and slides bang her out. So it just seems nothing extraordinary. Just another woman oversharing and embarrassing her husband online. No big deal. Look at this tweet here back from 2020. Diana says, "I tossed and turned all night and I finally decided the Washington football team is going to stun the Seattle Seahawks and win 5 in a row." Someone responds, "You need a boyfriend?" Diana responds, "I tell my husband that all the time." Okay, here's another old clip.
They have a Super Bowl.
No, I did things in Miami I haven't even told my husband because it's just, I had that much fun. It was, well, not like that, but I knew he would judge the kind of partying I was doing. I don't know what got into me. I just remember being down there acting like it was my last day on earth.
Here's another random clip of her talking about the saxophone.
This addresses your question about our dynamic. I asked her, well, why did you take up the saxophone? To which she responded, because it sounded like sex. To which I responded, we are so different.
What?
Very different.
It does sound like sex, though.
I thought it would be rebellious. I thought it was like a bad girl instrument.
You were like 12.
Well, I was raised like a very good, well-behaved Catholic schoolgirl, so it was, here's a way to get back at them. I'm going to play the saxophone. But then I wound up being pretty good at it.
Here's her husband, by the way. I found him on LinkedIn, Kevin Goldschmidt. She's called him average, but he's an executive for Shake Shack, the burger joint. It has right here's his resume. Vice President, Total Rewards and HR Technology. So I don't think he's Vice President of Shake Shack, but of some part of the HR department. But also at the same time, now that I'm thinking about this, of course, that wouldn't be as sexy as if she was, dating or having interactions with a head football coach. Speaking of that, so those clips are kind of wild, but we've seen that 1,000 times, just women oversharing, disrespecting their husband, even if it's unintentional. But It's wild that those clips came out at the same time that a shocking story is developing about Diana Russini, who's obviously married, potentially, allegedly having an affair with Mike Vrabel, who's the head coach of the New England Patriots. Story came out a couple days ago. New England Patriots Mike Vrabel, NFL reporter Diana Russini hold hands and hug at a luxurious hotel. Vrabel and Diana Russini, a former anchor of ESPN, now holds the title of senior NFL insider for The Athletic, were spotted 2 weekends ago at the Ambient. I guess there's a couple pictures of them. They got a spy on them, which is wild enough. Diana Russini and New England's head coach Mike Vrabel were snapped on what appears to be a roof of a private bungalow at the Ambient Resort in Sedona, Arizona. A Page 6 spy tells us that the pair, both married to other people, Coach Vrabel is married as well, had breakfast on the patio of the hotel around 10:30 on Saturday, March 28th, before spending a leisurely hour or so together at the pool and lounging side by side in a hot tub. Our spy spotted Vrabel and Russini again that evening on the private rooftop of one of the hotel's bungalows. Roofs are only accessible from the two-person bungalow, which costs up to $2,100 a night. Photos show the two hugging at sunset and weaving their fingers together as they stand face to face. The spy said they saw the pair briefly dance together. So that's word on the street.
The most wild part about these cheating rumors and allegations between Diana Russini and Mike Vrabel is what I uncovered from 10 years ago. Let me just catch you up really quick before I get into that. So Page 6 had a spy that was lurking and surveying Diana Russini and Mike Vrabel, who were spotted together at an adults-only private resort in Arizona. Yes, both of them are married to other people, and that is part of what made this story so salacious for Page 6. Here's some more images of them on a rooftop, which Page 6 reported this rooftop was only accessible from a two-person bungalow. But here's what I didn't know that came out over 10 years ago in 2015. I did not know that Diana Russini had formerly been accused of having an affair. Much less, I didn't know it was a GM of an NFL team's wife that was accusing her of this. This is a wild tweet to put out there. Let me just say, the wife later apologized for this, and also ESPN defended Diana. Both of them, Vrabel and Diana, have come out with statements essentially saying there was a group of people and there's nothing to see here. And by group of people, I mean Diana stated that there was a group of people that was also with them. They were not alone. However, Page 6 really did have a response for everything because they also captured this image. These two do go way back, though. Diana first got the Tennessee Titans beat when Vrabel was building that program. Again, all of this is just accusations, albeit very wild ones. I just cannot understand why Page 6 had a spy at a secluded Arizona resort to keep tabs on these two. Let me know what you think of this in the comments.
As I stated, the spy part was crazy enough, but this next clip that I'm going to play, it brings us deeper into the Russini-Vrabel rabbit hole. And by all accounts, allegedly, there might have been some potential inside trader or inside sources from, of course, who might have been inside Russini. I'll let you guys figure it out.
Athletic NFL insider Diana Russini allegedly having an affair with New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. Isn't that interesting? They're at a very private resort.
Yes.
The only access to the rooftop where they are canoodling is through a two-person, one-bed bungalow because it's a very romantic, private, expensive hotel. Their fingers are interlocked. I've hugged a lot of people in my day, Tyrone.
Yeah.
Some of them women. Mm-hmm. I have never done the interlocking hands and fingers unless I was, having sexual relations with the woman. Her defense or excuse was, those pictures are totally taken out of context. We were with 6 other people on a vacation. Mm-hmm. Where are the other people? Which then begs to mind, what's one of the biggest offseason stories in the NFL? And it's the possibility that A.J. Brown's going to be traded from the Philadelphia Eagles to the New England Patriots. Well, who's the only reporter that's really been reporting that for the last month and a half?
Diana Russini.
Interesting.
Non-stop.
Where would Diana Russini have gotten the inside information about New England wanting to trade for A.J. Brown? Inquiring minds. Oh, that's right. The guy she's allegedly banging.
Right.
Might be feeding her that type of information. I think one of their spouses might have had a private detective trailing them. Why was somebody standing on their private bungalow rooftop taking photographs of these two knuckleheads?
Well, you know why? You know why?
Because one of the spouses might have hired a private detective to do exactly what he or she just did.
And take everything.
And I got this article here from The Spun. It goes back to the comments that were just made by the previous gentleman, where he talks about them, Vrabel and Russini, denying the allegations. Both deny speculation. Any suggestion otherwise is laughable, says Vrabel. The Athletic and New York Times defend Russini, citing misleading photos in public context. I guess that Russini is trying to say, like the gentleman said, that they weren't exclusively there at that hotel resort, that it was actually a group of them. And this is what Mike Vrabel told New York Post. These photos show a complete innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response. Photos don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day, Russini said. And most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from the stadium and other venues. So they're saying, hey, it wasn't me. Not that it wasn't them, but they're saying that it was all platonic, them being in that romantic resort, all the beautiful backgrounds into the mountains and things like that. So I don't know, bro. I really don't.
I don't believe you.
But just going off some of the comments that she made about her husband, who knows? But I still have another clip here.
Diana Russini has one move and one move only, and that is to own it. Own it, because you can't deny this. I know initially that's what you've come out, you played this down. Vrabel's done it too, but the internet has been doing its thing all day. Clips are coming out, you trashing your husband. Actually, you're not even trashing him, you're just saying you're married to an average guy. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now these comments and shit you've said about Vrabel or to Vrabel look very suspicious. Like, we're not stupid. We're just not that fucking stupid. Nobody is gonna believe this bullshit story that you started to muster up, where you and some friends ran into him and some friends at a hotel that's $2,100 a night, that's known for its romantic getaways and is scenic as fuck. Nobody's believing it. But you know what people would believe, especially after you've said it and tweeted it? Like, you're married to somebody that you're probably really bored with. Your kids are wearing you down, like you've said. You want to feel young again, and you started fucking around. It's not right. It's not right. But it's not uncommon. That's just the fucked up truth and reality in the world we live in. I'm no expert in PR, that's for damn sure, but that would be my advice.
Old tweets is old tweets, and women out here embarrassing their husband, that's one thing. But to be sleeping with a head coach on top of being a female reporter, don't even want to go down that road again. Seems like we were just down there. Joy Taylor.
That big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, that peanut butter skin.
And I could play on the way out. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Compilation of more things that she said.
I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about them. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
You know who lets me know my marriage is falling apart? My mom. So that's good.
Oh, does she?
Oh, yeah.
Really? What did she say?
Walk over here.
My husband said 2 words to me. He's an Eagles fan. And I'm like, this can't be a thing. Like, I don't want to be the household that is shaped by the result of a football game.
I was like, he doesn't seem as stressed this year. She's like, you know what? I'm starting to think he's got a girlfriend. And you know what? Good for him.
Like, A, grow up. B, you're a father.
Is there something outside football that drives Mike Vrabel nuts?
Yes.
That he's a very large human being and can be very intimidating.
What's been the best part of your birthday so far today?
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or...
That would be disrespectful, and that did not happen.
Okay.
That's
wow.
That's not true.
It didn't happen.
That did not.
Okay.
They did
See,
not.
that's